Welcome back to the channel. Man, what a beautiful day. We've had a bunch of rain came through the area, and this is the first day where we've seen the sun. And look who's with me. Got the Finster out because it's fall, y'all, and air temps have cooled down, so Finley's able to get out in the boat with me. We're on a new lake. This is gonna be a lesser known series. This is a small lake. I think it's less than 100 acres. It's trolling motor only. It's Robert G. Delaney Lake in southeast Missouri, and I haven't been on this lake in, geez, it's been a long time. And as I'm driving here, it looks a lot different. There's a lot less cypress trees than what I remember. I don't know what to expect, but we've got a couple hours, and I'm gonna dump this boat in, and I don't know, I bought a bunch of rods. We're gonna try a bunch of different things, but it's gonna be mostly visible cover. This lake's got a lot of laydowns and standing timber, no grass. It's got an aeration system running down the middle of it, and I really don't know what to expect. I mean, this lake's always been pretty tough, but maybe we can scratch up a few fish and talk about it. It's fun, man. I like exploring these new lakes. You know, you come to these and you don't really expect a lot of bites, but sometimes you're surprised. Sometimes you do catch a few fish, and looks like the lake is full. I mean, it's definitely not low. We've had probably 3 or 4 or 5 inches over the last 3 or 4 days. No wind, which is good. You get on these lakes that got a lot of standing timber, and wind can be very dangerous, so we'll be able to relax and fish kind of slow. So let's dump the boat in, see what happens. All right, here's the boat ramp. They've got a single lane boat ramp. Got a nice little courtesy dock, and here's the stipulations. So you can keep 2 bass over 18 inches, 15 crappie, catfish, warmouth. I know there's a lot of rough fish in here, but electric motors only, and whatever, blah blah blah. But let's look at the water. You can see all these little cypress knees down here, and that's what the lake looks like. It's got a lot of cypress out there. You can see the aeration system that runs down the center of the lake, so that might be something to check out, see if there's any fish relating to the aerators. But it's got that nasty kind of pea, I don't know. Hey, fish just jumped right over there. It's a good sign. There's definitely, I'm seeing some bait, some little minnows and stuff moving around, but this water's like kind of soupy green. You can see where a lot of these cypress trees are broke off, but that's what we're going to be dealing with. Just a lot of, this is shallow. I mean, I think the max depth's going to be like probably 7-8 feet, but a lot of this water is just 3 or 4 feet deep. It's just flat, kind of somewhat featureless. You got riprap over there along the levee, and there's another little dock over there. I don't know, it's pretty. We got sun, so maybe that'll push these fish up against the trees and tight to cover. I'm excited. Don't have a few hours, so we got to get this boat. We're going to need all the time we can to figure something out. Got us one. All right, we're on the board. There you go, folks. Finally caught a dang fish, a little wacky rig. Fish was super shallow, man. I've been hitting all these trees out here, nothing. I'm not even seeing anything on them. And there's some riprap over here, and I just started going down this riprap. I've had a couple bites, so I don't know, maybe just a location change, or maybe the sun started to come out. But man, it feels good to get a bite after like 1,000 casts. These freaking flies are biting though. Wow. It's kind of swampy down here. You got mosquitoes and wasps and flies, and Anyway, we caught one, so we're gonna keep on keeping on. Ow. It's kind of cool. We got this bubbler system running down the middle of the lake, and this is what it looks like on live scope. This is an underwater tornado. That's pretty cool. Midday report. It's kind of tough out here. I mean, we're in the middle of the day. Didn't get out here till the middle of the day. I figured it would be kind of tough, but we're eliminating water. Man, I've thrown a variety of baits. You know, I throw this little Bill Lewis SP57 around. I've thrown a Cumberland Pro Lures white Bama swim jig. I have thrown a chatter bait. I've thrown a little jig. We've thrown this MR6 and actually had a couple fish follow that. They didn't take it. And, you know, I've thrown some, you know, shaky head, just kind of a variety of things and not really getting a bite. But I picked up this Wacky rig just a little bit ago and we're getting a few bites on that. So we're going to continue to, you know, work down this bank. You know, I fished out here in the middle a lot, and I cranked around those aerators. There's a bunch of stumps. I guess it's sort of a little creek channel out there, and I cranked a bunch of those stumps, and that's where I've had a couple bites on that crankbait. But it just doesn't seem to be the deal. You know, I fished a ton of these cypress trees, flipping a tube, jig, a bunch of different things, and cannot get a bite on that. So came over here to fish this riprap, and this, so far, this is the most promising thing that I've seen. The lake is full of shad. I mean, there are shad everywhere, millions and millions of shad. So there's no lack of food source, which sometimes can make it difficult to get a bite when you got so many shad. Why would they hit your fake stuff when they got the real thing? Water temps are 73.5, and the visibility is like a foot, maybe a foot and a half. It's kind of pea soup green. It's really interesting water. I guess it's got something to do with all the cypress trees. It's just real organic looking water. And you know, most of the bites have been in like 4 feet. Deepest part of the lake I saw was like 7 feet out in the middle. So it's just a big flat lake. So we're just trying to find something different. Trying to figure out, you know, is it laydowns, is it wood, is it rock? And so far the rock has been the key. So we're going to continue to work down this bank around this riprap, and hopefully we can catch a few more fish. We're about out of time. I didn't have a lot of time to fish, so, but we're gonna power through and make as many casts as we can here in the next 30 minutes. All right. Ooh, that cypress tree. That's a freaking giant, guys. I just threw that out there, and I was getting a protein bar. Dang, son. Holy come on, look there, guys. That's what you come to the lake for. I literally ate that Wacky rig. Look at that. I literally threw over there against that cypress tree. Got him a cooler. Barely hooked too. Grabbed me a protein bar. Opened it up. Shook my worm a little bit. Yeah, shook my worm a little bit. And it was tight. So, woo! I think we figured something out, guys. I went through a plethora of baits, and we're gonna stick with this little stick worm, Wacky rig style. That's what I'm talking about. Gosh dandy. All right, let's let her go. That's a beautiful fish. Very, very healthy fish. Look how wide she is. Get on down here. Oh yeah. Man, it's good to know there's fish in here because I was beginning to wonder. Got him. There we go, folks. Oh, Wacky rig's the deal, man. I mean, look at that, just barely on the lip. Let's skip that sucker up there in about a foot of water. Man, these fish are built right. It's fun, man. There's snakes swimming around here too. It's kind of sketchy. That's something you don't see every day. Holy cow. Nice fish. Got him. It's a fat sucker there, man. Yes, that's fun, man. Just creep, man. You gotta fish so slow. Just creeping along here, letting that thing sit. He started swimming back at me. It's good quality fish, man. Suckers are fat. They're eating good. This place is full of shad. I mean, I don't know, man. I came here, didn't really have any expectations, but I'm pretty happy with the results. You know, we caught some decent fish, and man, it's fun. It is fun. You just gotta fish really slow. Really slow. It's nice when you finally figure out a bait that they're biting on. You can just really slow down because you got confidence in it. And because if you're fishing too fast, you're not gonna get bit. You're not gonna get bit. That worm was sitting there for 20 seconds probably, just sitting there. And my line just started moving towards the boat ever so slightly. That fish is crazy. Another one. Another one. Nuts. Fish slackline me, man. These fish are rowdy. I mean, they make long runs. They can't really dive, so they just go to the side. It's a blast. So when you're fishing this Wacky rig, you know, I'm just skipping it out there around that wood, just giving it slack line. And the bites that I've been getting, man, they want it dead sticked for the most of the part. So it's on the bottom now. I mean, I just threw up there in like a foot of water, and all I'm doing is just kind of just checking it, see if it's tight, and then just pulling it. I mean, barely popping my rod, just letting it settle down. And that seems to be the way that they want it. I've tried a variety of different baits, and they don't want anything moving. So just really slow, pop it a couple times, and let it fall. I mean, it seems like they want something that's just falling and not settling really fastly. So just experimentation, man. But the wood seems to be the deal. Just skipping it right up there, and we'll let her fall. Just give her some slack. You gotta watch that line. You know, I've had one bite where they thumped it, and the rest have just been like the line just been kind of moving off. So you really got to pay attention to what the line's doing. crazy. Okay. All right, folks, it's gonna wrap it up, man. Thanks for coming along. You know, we didn't have a lot of time, and we went through a variety of baits before we finally found something that the fish would bite. Caught one really good one and a couple, you know, some decent ones in the middle mixed in here, and had a couple bluegill bites, but they're definitely relating to wood. That fish came off that lay down there, and there's a lot of wood in this lake, so it's hard to decipher what to throw. So I've had a couple fish come off of actual horizontal wood, and I was really trying to figure out if they're preferring like the vertical stuff or the horizontal stuff. And you know, got more bites off the horizontal than the vertical, but that really big one came off of just a tree, but it was closer to the bank. You know, I started out fishing all this stuff in the middle of the lake, and I ran down the aerators and just trying to pick the lake apart in a quick manner and figure out what the heck is going on. But this guy right here, just a little wacky rig, spinning rods. Is just a 7'2" Vertus spinning rod. Got some braid on there, got a light fluorocarbon leader, and just skipping that wacky rig around the laydowns. You know, the longer you could leave it, the better chance you had of getting a bite. So give me a thumbs up if you appreciate that channel, and do not forget to subscribe. Till next time. It's fun, man. I love exploring these new lakes. You never know. It's like you can very easily zero. We very easily could have zeroed today, but we made a couple of the right casts and got lucky. So life is good.